when I set up my event, I need to work a little bit on the user system. Right now, I am the administrator. I'm the only user on this event. And I can look in the menu here, and here I have a list of all the staff, the fighters and coaches from this event, and all the spectators. I can also just list all the users of the event. So if I click here, I can see that I am now the only user here on this event. Every user will have an account on the system, and this goes for everyone who's involved, such as the staff, the administrators, the fighters, the coaches, the DJ, the spectators. Everyone can create a user in the event, and each user can have different permissions. So if I find a user and I click it, I will have a user settings dialog box where I can give this user different permissions. So that means this user might have access to review documents, be a head judge, control panel, whatever I need this user to access, I can just set the permissions here. I could also move this user to another one of my events if I needed to. But right now, I just want to keep myself in this event. So that's just my own account. But I also need to add staff, fighters, and coaches at some point to run my event. So first of all, I'm going to look at staff. Here, I can actually see the staff I have in another event, another demo event on the account, but we can ignore this for now. In order to invite some staff to use the system, I can use this link, invite staff. So I click that. I could either share this QR code or just share this link. If someone is opening this link, then they will have access to register an account. So I could try to do that right now. So this is how the page looks when the staff member is either opening the URL, the link that you sent them, or scan the QR code. And here they can register their account. So they just fill out their basic information. The event is already pre-selected. They could pick another one, but now it's selected for this one, which was the one that we're working on. And then they create their profile. Right now in the app, the staff does not have any permissions. So all they're seeing is just the basic app like they would see on a mobile. Now, the staff can go and change their information if they want to, but before they can really do anything, I need to give them permission. So if I go back on my user system and I just reload this page, I go to all users. Now I see that the staff user profile is here. You can also see that this user has no permission yet. So depending on what I would like this person to access, I just click it and I give the staff user the permission that I wanted to have. So that could be, I would like to give them access to the to-do list. I like them to be staff. I like them to have access to the checklist. And that's it. I could also move them to a different event. If I, let's say, after this event is over, I need to move the staff user to a different event. I can do that. They can also do it themselves, but sometimes you just need to do it for them. Then I save. And now this staff user has access to staff to do checklist. So if I go back to the staff account, here it is, and I reload. Now this user is a staff account. So they have access to messages, and they also have access to a few things here in the staff menu. Once now they don't see much on the checklist or to-do list because there is nothing yet. But once there is something to do for them on the checklist, it will appear in their bottom menu here as well. And that's how you add the staff to the event. Likewise, I could also invite fighters or coaches in the same way, and I might give them access as a fighter and say this is a professional fighter, and then they have access to fighter stuff. In the same way, I could invite spectators. Spectators have a different QR code and a different link, and the spectator accounts are basically have no permissions other than just viewing the fight card and placing bets on the fights. This QR code is the main code that also goes on the big screen, and you could also take this and print it or whatever you want for to make the spectators scan it during the fight night. Likewise, I would be able to see all the spectators listed here, although there are none right now for my event. And that's how you add the users. The users are linked always to one event. So that means if I create a different event and I would like this staffer to move their user there, I could either do it. I could do it in a few ways. I could either do this, change their event, move them to the different one. I could also go to my staff list, and here I can see staff members from other events. So let's say I'm done with the past event and I need to move everyone to this one. I just kind of select who I want and then I move them. Once I move them, they automatically get the same permissions that they used to have for the other event. They get that for this event. So you got to be a little bit aware of that you give them permission for that. Staff members can also move themselves. So let's say this is the app for the staff member. They can also click the menu and switch event. And here they have all the events in the system. So let's say they have to go to a different event. There's a different demo event here. Oh, it's over. So they can't go there. They can only go to future events. So they just click and then now they're in that event. But oftentimes you have a group of staffers from your past event and you just need to move them all to this event so they can start working on this one and then you just move them here